Mastermind, we're a group of men that are highly skilled in different areas of life that come together and mastermind every day, which means what? We go over a purpose, a goal, and we unite under one banner called IMC Nation. International Mastermind Council. Council is what? We're the ones that are making the decisions, okay? As you see, if you're not in it, you're not making the decision, but you are subject to our decisions because you are watching me talk to you. Understand that? And my decisions are made by a council of people around here to make sure that we're doing it right. Right? So that's who we are, IMC Nation. And for the next 20 to 25 minutes, I'm going to do a free public lecture live. Men and women, you're all online, all kinds of men and women. Congratulations, because you're about to get some of our philosophy. We're philosophers too. You know how there was the Stoics and there was the existentialism and fucking thisism and thatism and all those isms, okay? And welcome to IMC-ism. All right? So here we go. Breathing Truth, $10 online. Let's see. Let's just grab it and read the next one here. Number 238. These are little philosophical quotes, okay, that are ours. They came from somewhere up there, into somewhere in here, into somewhere in here, processed, came right back up through the throat chakra, went right out of the goddamn mouth into the world. And here we are. We seek our truths in the depth of human nature. You know, you're looking for truth, right? And you look for it in that book, and you look for it in that person, and in that audio, and in that video, and asking your friend. We seek the truth in the depth of our human nature. Inner truth is what we seek. Like, you could have a truth that's true for you, and it's not true for me, and it ain't gonna do shit for me. Looking for inner truth, one that's inside of me that you can't take away no matter what you do about it. The individual, with his or her own mind, evaluates the information presented to him, just like I want you to do right now. You're an individual, you're to evaluate the information that I'm presenting to you, right? And disregards, gets rid of and doesn't acknowledge, doesn't consider, disregards any ideas of authority. Don't do it because I'm an authority. Don't do it for that reason. Or conformity to the masses. Don't do it because there's 10 other people doing it. Nobody gives a shit. And regains, like you had it and you gain it again, regains the ability to look for himself or herself. So you got to regain your ability to listen to what I say and look for yourself. And decipher, which means to decode, find out from one thing from another, to decipher the true from the false. Now, if I say some false bullshit, you have to be able to yourself decipher. That's lie, what he said, that's the truth. You got to do that. If you are to convince us of anything, talking for IMC Nation, you must make it visible enough so that we can see the truth for ourselves. No other way will be accepted or recognized at IMC Nation. I don't care who the fuck you are. You goddamn fucking land. You tell me some shit. You look amazing. I need to be able to see it myself. So if you landed from the sky, I would see that. And I wouldn't have a belief that says you're good or bad. I'm going to observe that you landed from the fucking heavens. And I should probably pay attention. My belief shouldn't get in the way of me observing what just happened. Then I should be able to observe the creature that landed and be able to quickly pick up friend or foe. It's not that difficult to do. Okay? So then I look for myself, friend or foe, and then I move. No other way will be accepted or recognized. We are capable ourselves of observing for ourselves. And I tell you, you have lost this as a society. You've lost this as an individual. You lost this as a group member, as an employee and an employer. You lost this as a boyfriend, husband, wife. You lost this as a child and a parent. You've lost the ability to just look for the evidence, evaluate it yourself, come to your own conclusion, and then to speak on it. You don't do that anymore. For that, you could say you don't have a spine anymore. You're a spineless creature now. You're a slimy man, aren't you? Now, every man on there doesn't know something this man knows, that no woman respects you. Why don't you wake up for a second? Go ahead. Go take a good look in the mirror. Go look at your fucking looks. Go look at your money. Go look at your muscles. Go look at your tan. Go look at your fucking certificates on the wall, right? And then go look at this truth. No woman in today's world respects you. Your own mom doesn't respect you. If you have a mother, that's a woman. If you have a sister, she doesn't respect you at all. She may call you for advice, but she doesn't respect you. There's a big fucking difference. She calls so that she can gain some agreement because everybody else is disagreeing with her and her family. Otherwise, you wouldn't get a call. You don't think I know that? Well, I've been doing this for a long time. Your daughter doesn't respect you, especially if you and mom aren't together. Your daughter hates you because the mom is talking shit behind your back all the time. That you're a deadbeat, that you never loved her, and you got all these other women, and you're immature, and hopefully she never grows up and gets a man like you or some shit like that. Okay, that's your daughter being heard from your mother. If you have a friend, a girl, I'm talking to men, a girl that's your friend. People have friends. I know what you want from her, but you say, that's my friend. She says, that's my friend. There is an exact clue why she don't respect you. She doesn't even respect that you have balls at all. You're not even a man. You're not even a man. Okay? That's a fact. If you have a girlfriend or you're dating someone, she doesn't respect you because she doesn't recognize you have balls either. She pretends like you have a vagina like her, that you are going to go through life and bear a child and stay loyal to that fucking child and raise the fucking child. She doesn't get you're a man. That you produce 10 billion semen every fucking 4 hours or some dumb shit like that. Now you can impregnate 100 women without one detriment to your own body. That God, nature, will not punish you for impregnating 1 million women. The government will, but God won't. God will cheer you on, motherfucker. God, the laws of God, will cheer on the man every time he has sex with a new woman. Congratulations, guys. I'd like to congratulate all the men of earth who are having sex with multiple women. I'm one of them, having more sex with more women than you ever will. Okay? Thank you, God. Oh, who's that? That's Allah, the Muslim God. 40 virgins if you die a rightful death. Thank you, sir, but I got it here. But thank you for validating that I'm right. Over here, Christian God. Oh, King Solomon, the most righteous king that ever lived. The wisest man that ever lived. 300 wives. But God, I'm not looking for 300 wives. But thank you for making it okay over there. Now, why don't you move over one step, and you move over one step, and let me observe for myself the laws of God. Here's male, here's female. Here's how he's made. Here's every male I've ever met in my entire life at 47 years old has wanted to have sex. Get that fucking word and let it burn right into your fucking skulls, all of you. Because it's a real word, it has a real meaning, but it's been used against you. But we need to go back to nature. Every man has wanted to have sex with multiple women. Me too, nature. Oh, that's a fact. Every man has never suffered for having sex with multiple women unless it was the government or some fucking psychological bullshit she gave him. I'm going to have the Christian God and the Muslim God just sit down for a second and observe and see if they disagree with me, because it looks like they created this anyways. I don't think I'm saying something that the Lord of Lords on the Christian side is like, no, I didn't do that actually. I didn't say I created man and said, that's good, right? It wasn't me. Yeah, it was. I don't think Allah is going, that's not my work. Of course it's his work. I'm just representing them and telling them that, yes, I read it in the Bible. Yes, I read it in the Quran. Yes, I was told by the preachers, but then I began to observe for myself. And no longer did I need them to say anything, because both of those books say a part of them is in me. So I can see for myself. Intelligence, right? And everywhere I looked, when God spoke to the man, he said, go have sex with multiple women. Okay? everywhere. If anybody would like to argue that as the laws of nature or God, please present your facts, not your stupid opinions. Anybody would like to argue religion, then make sure it's not those two, because those are very clear on how to do it. It's very clear. Now, your morals and your ethics are different. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about your nature. Remember that thing I read? I want to know the truth of my nature. If I'm an eagle, I want to know I'm not supposed to be walking the Sahara because it's not right. That there's something wrong with me as an eagle to walk the ground. That if I jump and spread my wings, I'm a king. But if I walk the ground, I'm a slave to every creature. Even a rodent could bite me. But in the sky, not even the mighty lion can touch me. Now what? I need to know if I'm a shark, that in the ocean, in the river, at a certain area, that's where I swim. I don't need to come to the shore, and I definitely don't need to go against the great, the killer whales. God gave me the instincts of a shark. Now I'm not a shark, I'm not an eagle, I'm a Raj Zapar motherfucking D-Bizarre, more unique than all those creatures. He put his signature in me, just like he put his signature in you. He made me more different than every one of you. And you could say that about yourself too. But he said, with your intelligence, I'm not going to give you instincts like the dog. You're not going to know how to lift your leg up and how to bare your teeth and bark. You're not going to know that. You're going to be a blank slate. But here's what I'm going to do. With your blank slate, you could be any way you want to be. And the first thing you need to do is observe my laws. Because you're going to know more than the cat and the dog knows. Even though the dog has an instinct to chase and the cat has an instinct to hunt, it does not have an instinct to fly. You, as a mammal, will have the instinct to fly, and you will observe my laws and use my laws with your intelligence to fly faster than any living creature I created on Earth. Thank you. We've done it. And although the lion will never have an instinct to go into the depth of the ocean to find out what God put there, you, who could barely fucking swim out of all the creatures, you're the one that could barely swim. I'm going to put inside of your heart the instinct to explore the depth of the ocean, because you can do that. All right, I did it. Thank you very much. It's that same spirit talking here. Man's nature. And I'm here to show you relationships that work and how, ready, listen carefully, how to influence the other sex. How to persuade the other sex. You know why? Because everywhere I looked in nature, the man was persuading and influencing the woman. Whether it was the fucking bird, it was the fucking lion, it was a goddamn snake, it was a stupid fucking cockroach, a dung beetle. They were all doing the same mating dance. And last time I looked, I'm 99.9% chimpanzee in my DNA, and those motherfuckers do the same thing. So I'm here to show you how to do the mating dance properly with the woman, because there's nobody more successful than me when it comes to mating human women. The hottest, the best, and through dating me, they become goddesses and angels and things like that. Now what? That's what we're doing. But in order to do that, it's going to require a man to lead the way. Why? Well, once again, thank you. Thank you, Christ and the Christian tradition, which says what? God over Christ, Christ over man, man over woman, over, not level, not equal, not man over woman, woman over child. So thank you. In case you've been brainwashed by people who hate you and your nature and don't want you to know that, and you're a Christian, don't worry about it. It's right in there. It's in the very beginning. Eve was made out of a rib of Adam. End of story. For him. End of story. They were told to go fruitful, make children. End of story for sex. Just get it. Okay? Just get it. There's that. Would you like to move over to the Islam religion? Do you know they're the same fucking religion? Then otherwise you haven't studied it. It's the same fucking messengers. It's literally the same fucking gods. Slightly different interpretation there, slightly different interpretation there. And they will tell you very clearly, very, very clearly, if you weren't clear in Christianity, you will be clear in Islam, that the woman is under the man. Grab any part of the fucking book, and just walk around and see it for yourself. Thank you. Thank you. Very well acknowledged. I'm just going to look now. I'm going to look at your work around me, God. I'm going to see what I see. Man leads woman. End of story. Done. It's over. Finished. No more argument. Cállate tu boca, por favor. Shut your fucking mouth. Please. Okay? Now, if you had a spine, back to the beginning, you'd be able to, as a man, convey this truth yourself. You'd be able to read from a book, take an idea, make it yours, and speak. And then it would land over there. Otherwise, you don't have a spine. So you read, and without a spine, you speak, and you sound like you're saying this. We seek our truths in the depths of human nature. Inner truth is what we seek. The individual with his or her own mind evaluates the information presented to him or her and disregards any ideas of authority or conformity to the masses and regains the ability to look for themselves and decipher the truth from the false. If you're to convince us of something, you must make it visible enough so that we can see the truth for ourselves. No other way will be acceptable or recognized. We are capable of ourselves observing for ourselves. The end. No spine, it's not yours. And people will tune you out just like you tune me out and then try to catch it and try to go in. But at the end, when you're done, they're like, thank God that person's finished talking. You didn't have the spine like in the beginning. You have nothing to stand on. That's why women don't respect you. Because you don't respect your own nature. You're saying, sorry for being a man, and I'm so proud to be a man. You see it. Thank you, Christians. Thank you, Muslims. Thank you, nature. Thank you, my own intelligence, so I can see for myself I was made to lead her. Would any woman like to argue that shit? Let's go live on Oprah. Let's go live on the debates for presidency, and let me debate any woman on the planet about that I should lead her. And she will lose, and you know it, and I will have the world on my side no matter what, because it's in her nature to be led. She wants to be led, but not by a spineless, gutless, soulless, heartless human being. She's intelligent too. She's not stupid. God made her too, right? Made her less than you so that you could lead her. If he had made her as you, as great as you, or greater than you, why would you have to lead her? If there's ever any question which one's greater, then here is the answer. Would you like to be led, lady, or would you like to lead the man? And if she says, I like to lead the man, you and I know that woman is not okay on every level, and women know that too. We don't have to hide that. Okay? Good. Now, do you understand that you can only be led if the code of life is evolution, if the code of life is survival, if everything we see and do is that, you must be led by something greater. God would have not created you to be led by something lesser. What the fuck is that? How retarded could you be in that? Yes. If a woman agrees that a man should lead in life, and have the confidence and strength and the intelligence and emotional stability to lead her, she admits and knows that he must be greater. Otherwise, one should never be led by something lesser. Well, that doesn't even make sense. Good. So everywhere I look, mankind, human, earth, body, male, everywhere I look, God is talking to you about your nature. And everywhere I look, you're saying sorry about it. Right? You are of the devil now. You are blasphemous now. You, trying so hard to not be what you are now, have become exactly what you tried not to be by being nice and polite and ignorant and a coward. All those words mean the same thing. I don't want to be nice and I don't want to be polite. What am I, a fucking girl? You're going to go tell Musashi to be nice and polite. He'll know when to be quiet, reserved, but not nice and polite. He'll know when not to speak because it would be rude, but he doesn't need to be polite. He'll know when he's sitting in front of an emperor, and he'll know when he's sitting in front of a peasant. but he doesn't have to be polite to either. He just recognized that that's an emperor, and you don't have to be polite to the emperor. You treat the emperor like an emperor. It's not about being polite. That's the emperor. If you can't recognize that's the emperor, you have a problem. If you go in front of President Trump and you go, he's just a person, and I don't give a fuck, like you have a problem. You have a problem. You can't recognize the position of a human being correctly earned. Correctly earned. You're not as great as him. You're sitting next to a greater individual. One of his decisions can ruin your entire family line, and your decision will never touch anything in his family line. And I don't care that we both have legs and arms and we're both this and that and he's white and I'm black and I'm purple. If I get a chance to sit next to a man like that who's earned that right and acts righteously, then you know what? Wow is the only words I can say. Wow. But I don't need to be polite and I don't need to be nice. I need to just recognize the truth. And then, should there be people there that are working so hard to be polite and nice, he will see, you will see, and they will see that they look fake around me. That suddenly their politeness is rude. That they were only getting away with it because nobody was being real. So then in an office like your stupid offices you work in, a bunch of people get together and have this social, men could be around the coffee table at their break room with women that they're trying to have sex with every day, sneakily masturbating in the bathroom too, visualizing while they're fucking their girlfriends or wives. Those men who all know that the other one is doing that are in a break room with these women, and socially they're speaking in ways that would be completely wrong for a man to ever speak. And the women can sense what cowards they are, and so the women have no respect for them. And when you get it right, it will be seen in your eyes and in the way your face holds itself and the way you speak. And you can't hide it no matter how hard you try. This is God's decree, his command. How do I know? Look around. Look around. I'm reporting what I'm clearly observing that's observable for every individual. Now we have a problem because you have a society that's brainwashed. You're not just going to go out into the world and be like, well, I'm just going to be with multiple women. You're a little late for that. I've been doing that for 17 years. I went through it without you. I told you to hurry up and study, that the day would come that you're going to need it more than anything. For some of you, that was 15 years ago that you know me, 10 years ago. For some of you, are brand new. You're late too. That's just your karma. I don't know what to tell you. Do better in the next life. Now that you're here, pay close attention to what I'm telling you, okay? You're going against your nature. That's why you're suffering as a man. I'm talking to the men. And women, you are suffering because you don't have a man, because you were supposed to be led by a man. And unless you have some information visible, presentable, that I could measure, that people do better when women lead them, then you know I'm right, and that's why you're suffering, because you can't lead yourself anywhere except back into hell. You lead yourself right back into that tree and grab that fruit and bite again, hoping to know as much as the man knows. And the moment you enter men's sports, you realize you should have never eaten that fruit, right? That having a knowledge of punching and kicking does not equal punching and kicking like a man. That he was made different than you so he could lead you, not kick your ass. That just because you know how to swim the same motion and even cleaner and you're lighter in your body and all that other stuff, that compared to him, you're a snail. That you should never, ever try to beat him. And should a woman ever beat him in an MMA match or swimming, then you and I know as men, that man cannot sit in a circle of men any longer. And those are the truths of life. Now we're going to go into my next class. This is a special class just for men. I'm going to teach you how to influence the woman with the perfect mating dance, perfect mating ritual. I have it. I have it, and it's in my hands, and I'll never be alone as long as I know this. And every woman on the planet could come and go, but I can go and plant another seed and grow even a better flower than ever before, because I'm greater than ever was. So now I'm a better gardener. I know how to take care of the flower way better from the beginning, not have to come back and fix it like I've done many times. Now from the beginning, it'll be protected properly, right? And if anybody wants to leave, then there's a better flower waiting for me to plant. It's up to you. I'm just not into uprooting what I've already worked for so hard. And that's my message to all my girlfriends and any woman I date. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. It's not a threat. It's the truth. Free me from your wilted petals, because I can grow one way better than you, faster than you, more beautiful than you, because now I have a formula. You understand? So go to the book and follow me. All right? See you in the next class. There's a link. IMC Nation. Be the best. Fuck the rest. Let's go.